You wake up one morning and realize your body doesn't respond the way it used to. The weights feel heavier. The runs feel longer. Recovery takes days, not hours. And somewhere between the alarm clock and the mirror, you start to wonder if this is just what aging feels like, or if there's something you've been missing all along. I turned 43 last year, and for the first time in my life, I felt like my body was negotiating with me instead of working for me. I'd been active my whole life, played sports in college, stayed consistent with training. But something had shifted, and I couldn't ignore it anymore. The fatigue wasn't just physical, it was mental. I started researching everything I could about endurance, muscle preservation, and what actually changes in your body after 40. That's when I stumbled across something I thought was only for bodybuilders and gym rats: creatine. I'd heard the name thrown around for years, but I never thought it applied to someone like me. Someone who just wanted to feel strong again. What I didn't know is that creatine is one of the most studied supplements in human performance. It's not a steroid. It's not a shortcut. It's a molecule your body already makes, stored primarily in your muscles, and used to regenerate energy during high-intensity efforts. When you're younger, your body produces it efficiently. But as you age, that production slows down. And here's the part that changed everything for me. Creatine doesn't just help with muscle contraction. It supports cognitive function, reduces mental fatigue, and even plays a role in cellular energy at the mitochondrial level. Your brain uses it too. So when I felt mentally drained after workouts, it wasn't just my legs giving out. It was my entire system running low on fuel. I decided to try it. Not because I wanted to bulk up or chase a younger version of myself. I just wanted to feel capable again. To finish a workout without feeling destroyed. To wake up the next day and not move like I'd been hit by a truck. So I started with 5 grams a day. No loading phase. No fancy timing. Just consistency. The first week, I noticed nothing. Maybe a little less soreness, but I chalked that up to placebo. By the second week, something shifted. I was recovering faster, my reps felt cleaner. I could push through the last set without that voice in my head telling me to quit. And by the third week, I realized I wasn't just performing better. I was enjoying it again. But the real transformation wasn't physical. It was the return of confidence. The feeling that my body was still capable of growth, of adaptation, of responding to effort. That's what I'd lost. Not strength, not endurance, but the belief that I could still improve. Creatine gave me that back. Not because it's magic, but because it works with your biology, not against it. I started reading the research more seriously after that. Turns out, creatine has been shown to help with bone density, which matters more as you age. It supports lean muscle mass, which naturally declines after 40. And in older adults, it's even been linked to improved memory and neuroprotection. This wasn't just a fitness tool, it was a longevity tool. One study I came across followed adults over 50 who combined creatine with resistance training. The results were undeniable. Greater strength gains, better functional movement, improved quality of life markers. And all of this from a supplement that costs less than a monthly gym membership. It felt almost too simple. But sometimes the best solutions are the ones hiding in plain sight. I also learned that creatine works best when paired with intention. You can't just take it and expect miracles. You still have to show up. You still have to train smart. You still have to sleep, eat well, and respect your recovery. But when you do those things, creatine amplifies the results. It doesn't replace effort. It rewards it. Now, a few months in, I'm lifting heavier than I was at 38. My endurance during cardio has improved. My mental clarity during long work sessions is sharper, and I'm not sore for 3 days after every session. I feel like I've unlocked a version of myself I thought was gone. Not because I turned back time, but because I gave my body what it needed to keep moving forward. What surprised me the most wasn't just how creatine monohydrate from a trusted brand like Optimum Nutrition or Thorne improved my experience with endurance and recovery, but how everything started to feel different once I switched to the right one. I didn't expect such a clear change, and honestly, I tested more than a few before finding what actually worked. This isn't a promo or sponsorship, just sharing real results that made a noticeable difference for me. I'll leave the link below, in case you want to dig into it yourself and see what I mean. Here's what I wish someone had told me earlier. You don't have to accept decline as inevitable. You don't have to watch your energy fade and call it normal. Your body is still capable of adaptation, of strength, of endurance, but it needs support. And sometimes that support comes from something as simple as giving your cells the fuel they've been asking for all along. Creatine didn't make me younger. It made me smarter about aging. It taught me that longevity isn't about avoiding effort, it's about sustaining it. And that the difference between feeling 40 and feeling capable has less to do with the number and more to do with how you show up for yourself every single day. If you've been on the fence about trying something new, or if you've felt that same frustration I did, wondering why your body isn't keeping up anymore, I'd encourage you to explore what's actually happening under the surface. Because once you understand the science, the path forward becomes a lot clearer and a lot more empowering. This journey reminded me that we don't stop moving because we get older. We get older because we stop moving. And with the right tools, the right mindset, and a little consistency, there's no reason you can't redefine what endurance looks like for you, no matter where you're starting from. No matter how long it's been. Tell us which country or city you're watching from. See you in the next video. Bye.